Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break the keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through. Enough to go insane. Living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, I'm telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met. Even if you pretend, am I in your deck? I don't know you nothing. Don't say something you regret.
The guy behind has just done a 30.1.
Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, I'm telling you, don't waste it on me. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, life's telling you, don't waste it on me. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, life's telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Life's telling you, don't waste it on me. What to think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through
The
back
guy behind has just done a 30.1.
Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away. Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Too late. Hate is fake, the world mistake. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 97 Fahrenheit.
Back in the
Welcome to the Throttle Up Racing Network. Tonight we're at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're slotted to run 300 miles, 200 laps around this mile-and-a-half speedway. Now, this is our version of the Coke 600 that's running right now. This race will start in the day and end at nighttime. Going to be a pretty cool scene right now. Blake Giglio running that Alex Bowman scheme. He's currently top of the board on the time charts. 3 minutes left in practice. Blake is certainly been a fixture at the top of the board. Ronnie Osmer, last week's winner, second. Bill Stringfellow, third. There's Blake drifting it through the corner. Tyler Humphrey up there in the 94, currently runs fourth in practice. Matthew Prentice fifth, Jamie Dunning up there in sixth spot. Seventh is AJ Rogers, Grant Humphrey in eighth right now. Ninth is John McMillan Jr. and 10th is Andrew Rattell in that number 5. There goes Tyler attacking that outside wall. We've got about 2 minutes until qualifying starts. This track is progressively getting cooler as we go along since the beginning of practice. And the laps are already about a 10th quicker now than when they started practice. So as we go through this night, as the track temperature changes and gets lower and cooler, these lap times will keep going up, keep going up. Now these guys only have 4 extra sets of tires for 200 laps, so tire management going to be key in this one. We take a look at our race info. 96 degrees right now, the track temp. That's already gone down quite a bit. So as we go forward, it should drop down and settle in around 83 degrees, 82 degrees for the race. We'll check in on that as we go along. Just how much of a difference that there is in the track temp. Almost qualifying time. Blake was out there. Lee, he's a winner in this league. Lee Grandy, the number 7, 11th quickest right now. We only got 20 cars in the session. Maybe 1 or 2 more jumping in here. All right, Jonathan Cogswell first on track. There he is. Let's see what kind of lap time he's going to put down. The 27 Dairy Queen and UFA car. Yeah, Justin, we wish you'd have made it too, man. This is my favorite track. Been running a lot this week on it. So Andrew Zarita out there on track as well. Matthew Prentice on track. We'll take a look as we get some time starting to come across. First lap for Jonathan Cogswell.
The guy behind has just done a 30.5.
Prentice already up on the top of the board. These two cars look very similar. As well as Rattel, he's out there as well.
The guy behind has just done a 30.2.
AJ Rogers on track. Prentice down to a 30.1. That's a quick qualifying lap. Some of these guys going to wait as long as they can. Let that track temp drop a little bit because as the time rolling along, may drop a degree or two, and that may be all they need to get the difference between pole and a second or a third. So Grant Humphrey now out on track. Brian Smith runs his first lap. Joey Doucette, in the number 22. He's running Larson's scheme that he's running in real life right now. AJ Rogers up to fourth. And the number 17. Travis White out there about to come across the line for his second lap. Travis White moves up to third quickest. Joey Doucette down to sixth now. Justin White on track. There he is. A little loose. John McMillan Jr. out on track as well in another UFA Dairy Queen car. Andrew Rattel up to second quickest. Osmer on the pole. Quick time for Ronnie Osmer. Dale McMillan moves his way into third. Lee Grandy up to fifth. Tony Smith out there in 13th. Humphrey out there for his first lap. Grant Humphrey in 10th. Before Tyler shakes out. Actually, Grant moves up to 6th on his second lap. Good run for Grant Humphrey in qualifying. Blake Giglio warming those tires up. See where Tyler, 6th quickest, just in front of his brother. That's a first lap, so we'll see if he gets any better on his second lap. Look out there up to speed. Bill coming out on track now. Valor comes across the line, shuts it off. Going to maintain 6th spot. Blake second quickest on his first lap. Hope that must have been his second lap. Bill chose to go back to the pits. Jamie still hasn't run his lap yet. Nobody on track right now except for Blake. Qualifies second. Bill gonna have to go soon or I'm gonna run out of time. Nobody else running yet. Got about 3 minutes left in qualifying. Now Jamie choosing to go out on track. We're going to see what the difference is in track temp. 95 degrees right now, so it's dropped a couple. Jamie on his first lap down the back stretch. See where he gets on his first lap. Jamie Dunning across the line. 8th quickest on his first lap. Gonna need to pick up a 10th and a half to try and get to this pole. Look, Bill may not be qualifying. Fourth quickest for Jamie Dunning. Bill still sitting on the pit lane. See if we can get a word with our, looks to be our pole sitter, Lee Grandy. Hey Lee, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yes.
Hey man, you get out there. You've already won in this series, but you come out and you knock off a pole position there. What's it going to take to run 200 laps and get the win today?
Running too fast here is definitely not good. You have to save your tires save a lot of the tires. It's a long race.
Yeah, no doubt. But you're quick on one lap. How are you going to be able to save your tires and be fast about 15, 20 laps in? I think we're going to have to be running about 40 or 50 laps on a set of tires here.
Yep, that's what I'm worrying about right now.
Well, I've got all the faith in you. You've won before, so good luck today.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. All right, that's our pole sitter, number 7 of Lee Grandy. We wait for these guys. They're going to load up on the front stretch. We'll get a good look at these rides. There's our pole sitter, Lee Grandy. He is your 0X Designs Pole Award winner. If you need a good paint scheme on iRacing, make sure you go to 0X Designs. They will not disappoint. I know I've had a lot done by Justin Lumpkin and 0X Designs. So 0X Designs pole award winner Lee Grandy. Rolling off second, Blake Giglio. Third place starter, Ronnie Osmer. Starting in the fourth position, that's Jamie Dunning. Fifth spot, Andrew Rattel. In a long line of Dairy Queen cars here. Next up is John McMillan Jr. in sixth spot. Seventh is Matthew Prentice. Starting in eighth is Tyler Humphrey. Ninth spot is Grant Humphrey. And rounding out the top 10, another Dairy Queen car, that's Jonathan Cogswell. In 11th spot, Travis White. Starting 12th, Andrew Zarita. Starting 13th spot, AJ Rogers. 14th, Joey Doucette. 15th is Ryan Smith. Tony Smith starts 16th. 17th is Justin White. 18th, Dylan Falovich. 19th position, Matt Goodell. 21st is Jason Clark. And rounding out the field, starting right in the back, is Bill Stringfellow. Bill may be starting to run the pits here. As we get going. This is going to be a tire management race. Up with Bill Stringfellow starting from the pits. Not sure what's going on in that situation. But up front, Lee Grandy going to lead us off here. It'll be on the green flag. And green flag for Lee Grandy. There's Bill coming off the pit lane, so he is out on track now. Lee able to lead the first lap, and the number 7, Ronnie Osmer, all over the back bumper. He's going to go to the high side. Be able to hold the bottom, making Osmer go high. Osmer all the way up against that outside wall, gets a little loose. Looking at lap 90 for our stage tonight. Ronnie still working the high side. Blake in third. Trying to make a move now. Osmer down low for the lead. Osmer right against that line. Can he get a run off the corner? 7 able to keep it. Up top. Osmer really trying to work that high lane. Andrew Rattel now pulling to the back bumper of Blake Giglio. Can he make a move? You're seeing what Andrew Rattel's seeing right now. If you want to see what Andrew Rattel's going through as he goes through this race, go check out him on Twitch. That's AWR, that's his initials. NASCAR, AWR NASCAR on Twitch. Check out Andrew Rattel. Hosmer still looking up there. Tyler Humphrey trying to make a move. Hosmer still up on the high lane. Doing his best to make it work. Bill, he started from the pits. Not sure what happened there on the start. He's rolling there by himself. Caution on the speedway. The 17 involved. AJ Rogers. Let's take a look. Oh, he come up him in the 27. Oh, he gets stuck in the outside wall. Yeah, the 27 looks like maybe some damage there as well. Let's take a look from a little maybe a different camera. Oh, looks like some net code involved. Gotta love that iRacing net code. 27, quite a bit of damage. Another car there damaged. Not sure who that was. Oh, that's the 22. If Joey Doucette actually may have net coded with him as well. Man, that sucks when you get stuck in the fence like that. iRacing really needs to do something about that, because that does not happen in real life. You don't get stuck in the wall. But as you see there, as they're going down the line, we'll take a look. A little bit different view. Yep, see, they never actually touched netcode on that one. So everybody comes down pit lane. Not sure who took tires, if everybody just took fuel. Yeah, looks like most everybody fuel only there. Nobody taking tires. A few cars coming in, taking fuel only, trying to do a little strategy play as they go along. Cogswell may have gotten some damage. Not sure if he took his fast repair there or not. Let's take a look at that wreck from Cogswell. Let's see. Through all that. Oh yeah, nose was gone, everything. When they come around to go to the pits, let's take a look. We're going fast speed. Let's make sure we get a real accurate view of what's going on here. 27 goes down to pit lane. And takes his faster pair. So Jonathan Cogswell, faster pair already gone. Fuel only in a faster pair. 10 laps into a 200 lapper here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That may come later on to be a big deficit, not having that faster pair. Back in the pack, these guys back here have about 8 laps more fuel, but with that stage around lap 90, they still can't make the stage from here. You can go about 63 laps on a tank of fuel if you choose to go that far. AJ had a tow. He's 2 laps down, so he'll be most likely be the wave around car on the free pass car the next couple of cautions. We're getting double file, getting ready to go green. Grandy going to be the control car once again. All right, green flag. Lee Grandy gets a good restart. Went a little early that time. That's good when the lead car has control, able to get a little bit of an advantage. These guys already getting single filed out. Giglio gets around Osmer for second. See him coming through that corner. They're all single file, stretched out. Bill's trying to make his way up through the field now that he's caught the field. Up to 17th position. Rolled off the grid in 21st. Making up spots as he goes along here. Already to the inside of the 88. That's the battle for 16th. Grant Humphrey making a big move up to 11th right now. He's trying to run that high line. Matthew Prentice was fast in practice, up to 8th. Guys getting strung out already. Travis White, 9th position in the number 23. hanging around in the top 10. Jason Clark. He's currently sitting in the top 10 right now in 10th position, that number 19 Toyota. A great run going for Jason Clark. We're working on his back bumper. Grant Humphrey, he's all there. See if he tries the high side or the low side. 48 goes up high, the 12 down low. These guys battling for 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's Dylan Falovich in the 12. Working that bottom line. Oh, Grant tags the outside wall. Able to keep it going, but that's going to be some damage on the right side. Yeah, you see that damage, especially up near the right front. A lot of wavy panels on the right side of that car. Bill's up to 15th now, working on the 22 at Doucette. That's for 14th spot. Bill trying to get up and get some three-way battle for the lead right now. The 55 of Osmer works the high side, gets the lead. Giglio now outside of the 7 of Lee Grandy. Andrew Rattel right in there as well. We are 21 laps in. Giglio can't quite get around. Osmer beginning to pull away a little bit. 2/10 up now over these two. Now 3/10. As these two battle, Osmer just continuing to gap these two. Rattel there in the number 5 and 4 spot. He's trying to look at his way to get around. Trying to follow the 16 of Blake Giglio. These two getting a big run down the back stretch. The 5 now the outside of the 7. Giglio clears him. Rattel not able to get around Lee. Jamie Dunning's in 5th. You see that 5 tag that outside wall. That's going to help Jamie, but you see quite a bit of damage there on the right side of Jamie. He's hit the outside wall as well. 94. Tyler Humphrey dives it into turn number 1. Got a nose in there, but not able to keep it. Looking again on the inside of Jamie Dunning. Jamie trying to get to the outside of Andrew Rattel. This is the battle for 4th spot. The 15 of Matthew Prentice. He's right there as well as John McMillan Jr. in the 51. Prentice taking a look. This is 5 cars under a blanket right now. Dunning down to the inside. Rattel up front and the 94 of Humphrey on the outside trying to make a move. There they go. The 94 and the 5 get together. That sends the 5 into the wall. No caution. Quite a bit of damage to the 5. We'll take a look at the nose of this 94. Look at the nose. And that car is not healthy. You see the 11 rolling around. Gonna get by him on the inside. A lot of nose damage. Let's look at the 5. He's already back to 13th. A lot of rear end damage. Now you can see it. There it is. A lot of rear end damage and right side damage. The 94 and the 5 get together. That was the incident between the 94 and the 5. Let's take a look from the inside of the 94 car. See what he saw driving down into that corner. And there's Andrew's Twitch channel. If you want to join his Twitch channel and see what he's thinking right now, I'd say it's interesting to see. Oh, you see the 94, he got tight. You see that the wheel turn all the way to the left. He gets to the inside and then just really yanks it to the left and up into the 5. And you can hear that engine. You know that it's a little bit sour. But we are still rolling. The number 5 dropped all the way to 17th. The 94 of Humphrey down to 12th now. Bill has now moved his way into the top 10 in 9th spot, trying to find his way around Andrew Zarita in the 11. Up front, Giglio's taken over. Through all those incidents, Grandy now makes his move back to the inside of Osmer. Osmer led a few laps there, but as the tires begin to fade, Giglio runs to the front. See how stretched out they're getting there. So Giglio half a second over Lee Grandy in second. Osmer's now faded back to third, but these top 3 are way ahead of 4th spot John McMillan Jr. You see the next 4 coming through. 4, that's John McMillan Jr. Matthew Prentice is in 5th. 6th spot, Dylan Falovich in the 12. Jamie Dunning in 7th spot. And Bill Stringfellow, he's gained 14 positions since we started, up to 8th. Andrew Zarita in 9th. Travis White rounds out your top 10. Blake currently the fastest car on the track with a 31.94. Second fastest Prentice, third fastest McMillan. See where they are this time around. McMillan with a 31.97. He's quickest that time around. There's John McMillan in 4th, and he is running these top 3 down. Especially Osmer in 3rd. He's a 1.5 seconds out of the lead, but only a half second ahead of McMillan now. There's McMillan running down Osmer. Almost to his back bumper. We've had 11 different winners this season in the Southern Excitement Racing League, and McMillan right now in 4th, has not won a race this year. He is a guy who could get it done. Prentice in 5th, Falovich in 6th, Dunning in 7th. All of those guys have not won a race this year. McMillan makes short work of Osmer. McMillan now to the 3rd spot. He is reeling in our leaders. He has saved these tires as we're getting down to the second half of this run. Will anybody short pit to try and win the stage? This is really looking like got a real green flag run look to it right now. Everyone's spread out. Back around here is the closest battle on the track. Travis White in the 23, the 22 of Joey Doucette, the 27 of Cogswell. Those three battling 11th, 12th, 13th. Just behind them, Grant Humphrey in 14th position. Tyler having that damage from earlier, he's moved back to 15th. Andrew Rattel all the way back in 19th spot right now. The tough luck for Andrew. He needs a caution so he can get that fast repair. With those caution laps, these guys should be able to make it around 66, 67 laps. We are 41 laps in. You see Falovich, the Stringfellow who pitted. They can make it 63 laps on that second run. We should be able to make it 7-8 laps longer than the leaders, but we'll have to see, because that's going to they're going to give up a lot of time doing that. We'll have to see if they're going to run for the win. Or run for the stage win. These guys beginning to catch the 38. See him up in front. That's Matt Goodell. And Matt hurt his foot this week. Wasn't expecting him to run as many laps as he has. He's sticking up on that high side, but there's a battle for the lead right now between Lee and Blake Giglio. Lee trying to get that lead back. McMillan is within 2 seconds. Prentice is around Osmer. Osmer's dropped back to 6th. Falovich now in the top 5. Now Stringfellow moves around. He's up 16 spots. Falovich up 13 spots. Stringfellow Real quick on this long run, you see Osmer, he continues to fade. Dunning now trying to get a pass. Let's take a look at the last lap times. Blake still the quickest with a 32.23. We'll see this time around where everybody falls. That time around, John McMillan Jr. the quickest in third. He has gained another 10th. By the time they get down to their first pit stop, he may have caught these guys. 2/10 the difference between first and second. 1.6 gets you back to McMillan. Prentice now in fourth. But McMillan really beginning to run away from him. The 23 comes down the pit lane, as well as the 94 of Tyler Humphrey. Those two trying to short pit. 94 looks like he already took his faster pair. '23 out of pit lane, 94 out of pit lane. And we go back on track. There's our first two takers on pit road. Osmer now down pit lane. He hits his stop 50 laps in. Some of these guys have strategies they're going to see. There's some of these guys playing towards the stage. You know, lap 90 is the stage. See how much time Osmer gains. Andrew Rattel now down the pit lane. There's the 11 of Andrew Zarita now down pit lane. Let's see when the leaders decide to pit. Goes to 19 of Jason Clark. Locks him up, but able to get down to speed. Giglio still out front. Brandy just a 10th behind him. Lee gonna try to take the outside lane. Doesn't want to go to the inside of Blake. McMillan right there as well. Goodell is in the pit lane. He's coming back out. You see the difference. Stringfellow has dropped. No, he's still in 6th. Falovich is 5th, right behind Matthew Prentice. This is the tightest battle on the track besides for the lead. Can Falovich make his way into 4th spot? Cogswell now on the pit lane. It'll be interesting to see Osmer, currently 14th position. He was the highest car up that short pitted, so we'll see if he's able to win the stage. Here comes Cogswell. Already used his faster pair, just a reminder there. Blake Giglio still out front, 4/10 ahead of Lee Grandy. John McMillan Jr. still in 3rd spot, a 2nd behind Blake Giglio. Blake's really beginning to pull away. Osmer's currently the first car lap down. If we did get a caution, so he's a good ways behind our leader, the 16 coming out of 2 right now. 55 just now going into 1. Of course, he's already pitted, but you see how much time that he's gaining. Some of these guys going for the win, some of them going for the stage. Osmer trying to get those stage points. He may do it. 30 laps to go in the stage. Osmer, the first car on track who's pitted. He's gaining a lot of time on these front runners. Lee Grandy right back to the back bumper of Blake Giglio. Blake tags that inside line. That's going to allow Lee to take a look to the inside. Not going to be able to capitalize. John McMillan slowly, ever so slowly, reeling these front runners in. Only 6/10 back now. There goes the 91 of Ryan Smith. Oh, in the pit lane, but he gets it locked up. Hits the inside wall. Some damage to the left front of that machine, I'm sure. Yeah, you see the damage caused by that little spin out there. Let's see if he takes his faster pair. No faster pair, 4 tires for the 91 of Ryan Smith. Blake still out front. Lee Grandy all over his back bumper. John McMillan Jr. in third, 7/10 out. 17 of AJ Rogers down pit lane as well. He's a couple laps down in 21st. Our leaders should be pitting in the next few laps. There goes Osmer. You see just how much time he's made up. He was way behind these guys. Once these front runners pit, Osmer's going to be about 10 or 15 seconds ahead of him, so it's going to be interesting to see just how far ahead he's going to be. He's unlapped himself, now dunning in the pit lane. Giglio, Grandy, McMillan all should have to pit in the next few laps. Giglio down, Lee Grandy in. The 51 of McMillan chooses to stay out and lead a lap. Ooh, I don't know there about Dylan Falovich. He may have made it, but he really sent it in. If he got down to pit speed, he's going to gain a lot of time on this pit sequence, because he really sent it in. If he sped, there'll be a hold. These guys left sides up. There's Lee with his left sides up. John McMillan now down the pit lane. Prentice stays out to lead a lap. Bill Stringfellow in. Dylan's still sitting on pit lane. That means he got a speeding penalty on that entry. So Falovich's going to drop way back with a 40-second hold. Not sure what happened there, but the 12 of Falovich now out on the track again. Matthew Prentice, he chooses to stop there. Justin White still out. He can run a few more laps. Doucette can run a few more laps as well. Osmer's in third. He's the first one to pit. And he's got a 10-second lead right now over Giglio. Can he hold it for 20 more laps? Justin White, I still believe the best looking car in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Love the way that this car is painted. He'll now choose to pit. Joey Doucette stays out. He's going to lead a lap. Doucette in the 22 trying to get a bonus point. Travis White, he's in third spot. They're going to be third spot. There he goes. Got 20 laps now to the end of the stage. There comes our leaders, Giglio and the 7 of Grandy. They're going to get around the 23 as he's been out there for a good ways on these tires. Let's take a look at the pit strategy again. Osmer's already been out there 21 laps on this set. White for 23 laps. Zarita and Cogswell 19 and 15 laps. Humphrey's been out there for 23 laps. You see Giglio and Grandy only been out there for 5 laps. So these guys really going to run down our front runners. Osmer, his lead over Giglio was 10 seconds, now down to just 4 seconds. So Giglio and Grandy much quicker. We'll see how far that Osmer falls back. He loves running that high lane right against the wall, the Larson line. Doucette still out, leading as many laps as he can. Joe Doucette won our most recent Truck Series race. He's another guy that could get it done. He's very fast in those trucks. And Dylan, that pit road penalty really cost him. He's sitting back there in 21st position now. Huge penalty. Doucette, he's running as many laps as he can here. Now down pit lane, Joey Doucette. Giglio and Grandy already around Osmer. These two are battling hard. 13 to go on the stage. They're 2 seconds up over Osmer. Stringfellow's moved into 4th spot with McMillan right on his bumper. "13 laps to go on the stage. Can they catch Osmer?" Blake and Lee Grandy right there is your battle for the lead. Lee all the way down on that painted blue and white line. Currently we've got 13 cars still on the lead lap. The 48 of Humphrey would be our free pass if we had a caution right now, as we have reached 10 to go in the stage. Giglio 4/10 up. Grant Humphrey a little bit quicker than our leaders right now, pitted a little bit later than them. He may be able to unlap himself. No caution at the stage. Justin White right now setting the pace. He was the most recent car to pit. We'll see if he's able to make his way back up into the top 10. Both Tyler Humphrey and Andrew Zarita, they short pit, so in 7 laps, going to be difficult for him to catch him because he's a little ways behind, about 6 seconds behind Tyler, and about 9 seconds, 8 or 9 seconds behind Andrew Zarita right now for Justin White. We take a look at our last time around. 31:48 for Justin White. Zarita with a 32:01, so 0.6 quicker. He could make up that amount of time. Stringfellow doing his best to hold on to third, at least till the end of the stage. Getting stalked right now by John McMillan Jr. in the 51. The 83 of Stringfellow, he started from the pits. Had to drive his way all the way back up into third. He's 6 seconds out. It's going to take a caution probably to really reel these front guys in. Osmer, who's short pitted, has dropped all the way back to 6th already. Take a look once again at our pit strategy before the end of the stage. You see Osmer out there 36 laps. Top 5 between 20 and 18 laps. And they've been out there on their tires. Giglio, who missed last week, trying to get a stage win to gain some more points on Bill, who has been reeling him in the point standings. And Blake doing a good job running that bottom line. You see, there's Lee. He's gained over a second on him. Valovich, that speeding penalty really hurt him. He's down 3 laps now. .38 Goodale back down the pit lane. We'll see how long these guys choose to run on the second set of tires. Osmer had a 10-second lead, now 14 seconds behind our leader. There he is, currently running 7th position. The guy's having a great night tonight. That's Jamie Dunning in the number 13 car. Had a good run last week. Currently running 6th. He's got about 4 seconds he needs to gain to try and get a top 5 away from Prentice. Matthew Prentice in 5th spot, 10 seconds behind our leader. One of several Dairy Queen cars out there tonight. Dairy Queen / UFA. Our stage winner was Blake Giglio. Sorry I missed that. Blake Giglio was our stage winner. There was the pass Dunning around to Osmer. There you can really see the difference between tires. Goodell, who just pitted, he's been driving with a hurt foot, so has been a little bit off the pace. But with new tires really gapping the leader, now you can't even see him behind him. A big difference in speed on new tires. So Blake Giglio wins our stage, Grandy second, Stringfellow ends up third, McMillan fourth. Prentice in fifth. After that, I'm not real sure. Dunning and Osmer were close. Cogswell was up there. We'll go back and get official word later. I believe Justin White was 10th. Andrew Zarita was 9th. Cogswell 8th. And Ronnie Osmer 7th. For our stage, Jamie Dunning 6th. Once again, official word will be given after the race. Blake still out front with a 3-second lead over Lee Grandy. Bill Stringfellow in third. He's 6.5 seconds out. He's able to put a little bit of distance between him and John McMillan Jr. there in the 51. He's in fourth spot. Matthew Prentice is in fifth. He's coming across the line there. Kind of all by himself if you look at the track map. Really all alone. Jamie Dunning is in sixth. We go back to seventh is the 88 of Justin White. Just behind him is Jonathan Cogswell in the 27. Andrew Zarita in the 11 is currently 9th spot. Ronnie Osmer's 10th. Joey Doucette's made his way up to 11th. Chose to pit late. He's got the freshest tires out there. Trying to find his way up to a top 10. Our leaders should be able to go about another 28 laps before they'll have to pit. We'll see when they choose to pit. 28 laps. I'm not sure they'll be able to make it to the end from there. It'll be close. Now, the Joey Doucette, some of these guys that are in the back that pitted late, they may be able to make it on one more stop. So we'll have to see. That may play into their favor. Let's do something that I like to call turn up the volume. Back out front, Blake Giglio. He's pulled out 4 seconds now over Lee Grandy. Stringfellow almost 8 seconds out now. He's a little over a second ahead of McMillan in 4th. Matthew Prince is in 5th spot. He's having a great night tonight. Did a great job last week at the Circuit of the Americas. Matthew Prince, a great road course racer. Ended up 3rd last week. I don't know if you noticed there when we were turning up the volume, Osmer, he chose to short pit. And once again, he's pitting every 50 laps, seems to be his strategy. So he's quite a bit quicker right now on those newer tires. Our front runners seem to be staying out there the full length on tires and fuel, actually going a full fuel run. Giglio's been out there 47 laps. This traffic's holding him up a little bit. Grandy pickups about 8/10 through that section. Grandy beginning to reel him in a little bit. White, who stayed out the longest, he's moved up to 7th position right now. Justin White having a great run. Been out there about 5 laps shorter, 5 laps less than our leader. Doucette has been out there even less than that. Only out there for 38 laps. Now Blake will have to pit in about 13 laps, and going to be the most that he's going to make it. There's Doucette. He's currently been out there the shortest on this set of tires. Osmer's made up over a half a lap since he pitted, so he's going to come out. Well, we'll have to see, because he was a good ways behind our leader. Osmer currently running in 11th spot. Only 8 cars on the lead lap. For the 19, he chooses to pit there. Jason Clark from 16th position. Blake is setting a great pace right now. Three seconds ahead of lead. Currently, all of our top 3 have won a race this season. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th, all yet to win a race this year. So 11 different winners. We could have a different winner tonight, but it's going to probably take a caution 'cause we've only had one yellow flag tonight. There goes the 48 of Grant Humphrey in the pit lane. Cogswell now down into the pit lane as well. And he's a lap down. He's going to be pitting a lap down, so we'll see where he comes out. Osmer currently in 9th spot, but he is a lap down as well, but still a little bit less than a half a lap behind our leader. There goes the 83 of Stringfellow trying to make something happen here. He comes in, gets a set of tires. He was 7 seconds out. Blake Giglio still out front. These guys are not going to be able to make it from here. They're going to have to get, they can make it 63 laps on a set of tires. Jamie Dunning now down the pit lane. So 63 laps, they're going to want to make it. To about lap 137. If they can make it to lap 137, 138, then they should be able to really stretch it to the end if we get a green flag run all the way to the end. There goes Osmer, Stringfellow behind him. But really not by much. Osmer not a big gain there with all that short pitting. Seems like staying out for the length of the run seems to be the best way to go. Stringfellow, he pitted. He's 8th still. But he is a lap down. Osmer right now would be the free pass. Osmer just in front of Stringfellow. Doucette able to hold on to the lead lap right now. You see there's Blake coming right behind him. The best thing for Doucette to do right now would be to try and make it past lap 138. And then he should be able to make it to the end. Giglio going to have to pit in the next lap. Giglio should be coming in this time or next. Lee Grandy out there as well. They're not going to be able to make it to the end from here. There's the 16 of Giglio. Let's look at the 7. Does he choose to go out one more lap? Lee going to stay out one more lap. Blake Giglio in the pit lane. So our leader is pitted. Let's see where this puts Bill Stringfellow, because McMillan is out there as well. Prentice, he's going to have to pit in the next lap or two. Lee should have to pit this lap. He is stretching it on fuel. Lee Grandy now down the pit lane. There you go. Gets it down to pit road speed limit. 55 miles per hour, or 45 actually. 45 miles per hour here at Charlotte. And you see just how slow that is. McMillan Jr. stays out another lap. We got a car spun. That's Blake Giglio, our leader. Let's see if we can take a look and see what just happened to Blake Giglio. Let's back that up. He went to accelerate, got just a little bit happy on the throttle, goes sideways, and those tires that he just took now have that big slide on them. That's going to affect those tires as he goes forward. To the 16 of Blake Giglio, man, big implications there. Stringfellow comes out in front of Blake. Man, big deal. Lee back into pit lane. Not sure what happened for Lee, because he had already pitted. Must have gotten a too fast exiting. That's the only thing I can think of. Not real sure, but let's see. As he takes nothing. McMillan's still on track. I'm surprised that he's been able to make it 66 laps. That's incredible. But that's not going to be enough. He's trying to stretch it one more lap. There goes the 7. So it must have been some sort of penalty for Lee Grandy. He drops to 16th position. He almost spins it coming back out onto the blend. There goes the 94. He goes down. Joey Doucette in the pit lane. He could have made it a few more laps. I think if I was him, I would have chosen to stay out past lap 138. We'll see if they can make it to the end from here. McMillan has been out there for 67 laps, so very impressive from McMillan. Can he make it to the end from here? If McMillan can make it to the end by saving fuel, 67 laps, that's going to put him right on that number. If he can make it to the end, this may be McMillan's race. Now, Stringfellow has passed him on track. He's 7 seconds ahead of Giglio. And neither one of these guys can make it to the end. I don't believe that they can make it to the end. I think McMillan would really be stretching it to make it to the end from here, but very impressive to make it as far as he did. Prentice pitted one lap ago. I think Joey Doucette really should have stayed out for another 10 laps or so. And then that would have really put him in a position to come up here and maybe steal one as everyone else had to pit. This may have fallen into Bill Stringfellow's lap, though. Blake beginning to really reel him in now, 6 seconds out. So everybody gonna have to make one more stop, I think. Prentice And McMillan Jr. may be able to make it. But if a caution happened right now, only 6 cars currently on the lead lap. And Stringfellow is reeling in 5th and 6th. There is the 5 of Andrew Rattell, currently running 6th position. And right here is our leader, Bill Stringfellow. Giglio has reeled in Stringfellow by 2 seconds. We'll have to see if Giglio's able to catch him before these two have to pit once again. There is a 7 of Lee Grandy. He's currently in 15th spot. That'll put him back to 1 lap down. We're almost into nighttime, but with no cautions, literally only 1 caution about 10 laps into this race. No cautions since. We've only got 6 cars on the lead lap. And you see that 5, the 83, reeling him in. So we're about to only have 5 cars on the lead lap once he gets around Rattell. The 94 there unlapping himself, but that'll put him 1 lap down. Tyler Humphrey in 16th position. As much as this field has strung out, the 55 of Osmer half a lap down right now. He's been working this short pit. He'll probably come in about 6 laps for his final pit stop. Blake had that big slide. I mean, it put him a good ways behind Bill, but he has been able to reel him back in. Let's look at the pit strategy. Bill pitted 6 laps before Blake. So even with that big slide on his tires, Blake has been able to reel him back in. These two are a good ways ahead of 3rd place Osmer. Dunning there, he sits in 4th. He's beginning to reel in Osmer. Getting real close to catching him. Within 1 second of Osmer, just in front of him. There's Osmer in that white car. The blue car with the white stripe. That's the 13 of Jamie Dunning. As Travis Scromita did not run this race, it still may be a 1-2-3 finish for Full Throttle Racing. As Dunning having a phenomenal night. Working that high side, getting around the 48, maybe, and the 55. Just trying to be patient as he works his way around the slower cars. 55 of Osmer on quite a bit older tires. Giglio now within a second as Dunning moves into the third position. Those two racing about 10 seconds ahead of Prentice in fifth, McMillan Jr. in sixth. I think both of those guys are saving fuel. There they are, the 15 and the 51. A couple of guys tagging that outside wall, able to keep it going straight as we're still green. The 15 and the 51, both going to be close on fuel. They made it 67 laps, or at least McMillan did. That's going to put him right on that number of being able to make it or not. I'm sure he's trying to save fuel in that 51. The 15 apprentice pitted a lap earlier. Man, it's going to be close. Giglio now to the back bumper of Stringfellows. We're down to the final 50 laps. Giglio now to the inside. Out. Stringfellow on the outside. The 12 of Falovich, couple laps down in 19th. He's out there in that number 12 on the high side. So Giglio with 6 lap fresher tires, even with that big slide. Able to get around Stringfellow. These two are 18 seconds ahead of the 13. You see some smoke up here, not sure what's happening. The 18 and the 94. Here the 18's a little bit slow there as these cars getting sideways. Those two were racing tight. Andrew Rattel's on the pit lane. He's coming out now. He makes his final pit stop unless we get a caution. Now got 7 cars on the lead lap. Justin White has unlapped himself. He's trying to move back up into the top 5. He's reeling in McMillan and Prentice. Osmer down the pit lane. Comes to get his final service. "44 laps to go. How much time can he make up?" We know our top 3 are probably going to have to pit again. McMillan and Prentice may be able to make it to the end. They are trying to stretch that fuel. McMillan has worked his way around Prentice. Let's listen to the in-car of McMillan. Is he saving fuel? You be the judge. Last week we saw Osmer stretch it out to a distance we didn't think anybody could make on a very long racetrack. Big risk last week. Caution on the speedway, the 55. That's Osmer. Let's take a look. Oh, on entry, gets sideways. Spins it around, in with a 38. And the 55 who had just pitted is trying to make his way back to the front. Those short pits were working out pretty well for him. Had moved up into the top 5. But right there, comes in and, oh, just gets sideways on entry and loops it around. That's only our second caution of the night. The 55 of Osmer spins it around. Several cars coming down the pit lane. Free pass car going to be Joey Doucette. That'll give us 7 cars now on the lead lap. The 16 of Blake Giglio out first. Stringfellow second. Third place going to be Jamie Dunning. Right now 1, 2, 3 running for Full Throttle Racing. McMillan Jr. and Prentice out 4th and 5th. Joey Doucette 6th spot. With 40 laps to go, will we see another caution? This is only our second caution of the night. Cogswell, Zarita, Grant Humphrey, Lee Grandy. And they may be choosing to pit this time. There's a few cars that were choosing to take that wave around, I thought. Try and get back on the lead lap. Blake Giglio out front. Stringfellow second, Dunning third. We'll have to see what's to come of this. We're going to be going green with about 38 laps left in this one. Looks like we are going to have a few wave arounds. Jonathan Cogswell, Grant Humphrey, Tyler Humphrey, all going to take the wave around to get back on the lead lap. Let's see how long they've been out there on their tires. Cogswell's been out there 38 laps, so we know he cannot make it to the end from here. There they go. There are these guys coming around trying to, oh, the 94 wasn't able to make it. He was going to come in and top off, but wasn't able to make it, so he's got to come back around. I don't think these guys can make it to the end. I know Cogswell can't. He can make it about 20 more laps, so these guys hoping for a caution. So that pace car off. Blake Giglio with the green flag. Jamie's going to poke his nose out there in second spot. Bill Stringfellow up on the high side, moves back to third. Can he get a run through 1 and 2 and get back around Jamie Dunning? Oh, a car already around. That's the 12. That's going to help those guys that just take a wave around. Wow, the 7 as well. That's Lee Grandy. He's in 13th spot. So, wow, big implications. A quick caution. The 12 got down on that inside line, looks like. Let's take a little bit closer of a look. Yeah, the 12... You see him down below the line, gets a little bit low. $23 and the 7 were up high. The 12 comes up, into the side of the 23. And the 7, not real sure what made him go around. Just trying to avoid that whole incident, look like. Oh, the 23 gets it again there into the side of the 7. He'll go sliding around. The 38 gets by. The 22 gets by. The 12 was hard into the inside wall. So our third caution of the night. So Cogswell, Humphrey, Tyler Humphrey, and Grant Humphrey, who weren't going to be able to make it to the end, they'll be able to come in and get their pit service. That's exactly what these guys needed. They are getting that work done. There's the 27 coming off first. And the 97, the 48 shortly behind. Andrew Zarita going to be the free pass car. He had just pitted, so he'll have to go to back to the end of the line, but several cars are a lap down right now. Some guys that got trapped, unfortunately, tried to short pit. And that's really hurt some of these guys. Osmer's all the way back to 20th being involved in that incident. He's actually logged out of the session, Ronnie Osmer. Lee Grandy chooses to come in and get some of that damage repaired. As we're getting lined up once again, Bill was able to hold off Jamie Dunning and hold on to that second spot. Light still on the pace car, so not going green quite yet. You're paying attention to the real NASCAR race. Larson's out front. Elliott second, Byron third, Kyle Busch fourth. They've only got about 22 laps to go. Now the lights are off the pace car. The 16 of Giglio, the 83 of Stringfellow, side by side on the front row. Jamie Dunning in the 13. He's going to roll off third spot. McMillan fourth. Matthew Prentice in fifth. Justin White out there in sixth. Joey Doucette, he's in seventh spot. Eighth spot is Cogswell, the 94 of Humphrey in ninth. That's Tyler Humphrey, Grant Humphrey in 10th. All those cars on the lead lap. Andrew Zarita going to bring the rear of the field up, and it was our free pass car, so he's in 11th spot. Andrew Rattel, first car lap down right now in the number 5. So as we watch Blake Giglio, let's see when he decides to go this time. A good restart for Giglio, but Stringfellow has a better restart this time than he did last time. Is he able to get down in front of Dunning? Not able to. Trying to get a run out of the corner. Giglio going to pull away. Now Bill right to the back bumper of Giglio. Can he get around Blake? It's the first time these two have been on even tires all night long. Bill Stringfellow had an issue at the start of the race, had to start from the pits. Rolled off 21st on the grid. Started a half a lap down. He's moved his way all the way into second spot as we're down to 32 laps to go, and he is right on the rear bumper of Blake Giglio. Trying the high side of the 83, giving a look. Now to the inside with the crossover, 16 with a block. Will the 83 of Bill move the 16 out of the way? That really stopped the momentum of Bill as they went down on the corner. That puts Jamie Dunning on the back bumper of the 83 of Bill Stringfellow, battling for the second spot. 83 hard into the turn one. Bill not going to waste time. I don't feel like he's going to waste time if he gets back to Blake. We saw Blake giving the block. Will he move his teammate out of the way? Top three all full throttle right now. All the way back to Joey Doucette in 8th. All those cars on the lead lap, racing for the win. '83 the high side now. Gets a run off the corner. Side by side for the lead between the 83 and the 16. 83 going for another crossover down to the bottom, up to the high side. Makes you wonder how many times is Bill going to let the 16 block him. He's not going to be able to waste time as McMillan now moves into third. On the move. Jamie drops all the way back to sixth spot. I'm sorry, fifth as Cogswell gets around. Prentice drops back. He's battling with Justin White, sixth and seventh right here. Joey Doucette in eighth. He looks along, trying to get around a couple of these guys. McMillan's now moved into second. Cogswell on the high side. Bill may have burned those tires up trying to race Blake. John McMillan Jr., he's a guy who hasn't won yet this season. We have 11 different winners in the Southern Excitement Racing League in the first 14 races. John McMillan Jr., he hasn't won a race yet, but has had a lot of great finishes. He's up there in points. He's closing in on the rear bumper of Blake Giglio as we reach 25 to go. The 0X Designs, 25 to go. Remember to go get a paint from 0X Designs. If you want a button box, make sure you get a button box from Simbox, as they are our season sponsor. Simbox, the only name you need to know in button boxes. You go to Simbox PC on Facebook, as we're down to the end of this one. Everybody pushing just as hard as they can push. McMillan reeling in Giglio. Can he get to that back bumper? Giglio starting to get a little bit of a gap. Prentice working the inside of Jamie Dunning. Prentice still working on the inside of Jamie Dunning. Can Dunning hold him off for 22 laps? Running that high side. Able to get back down. Doucette's now moved into seventh spot. He's just behind these two. Bill Stringfellow's moved back into third. The Blake's out by 6/10 over John McMillan. Down to the final 20 laps. Bill Stringfellow back to third spot. Jonathan Cogswell sitting in fourth. Matthew Prentice currently in the top 5, but Joey Doucette, as he moves his way around Jamie Dunning, moves into 6th spot. Doucette trying to reel in Prentice to get his first top 5 of the season. Doucette coming off a truck win just a couple of weeks ago, last week actually. $17 to go. Is McMillan saving anything at all? He's 0.7 of a second behind our leader, Blake Giglio. John McMillan, who's had such a great race. Can he reel in Blake with only 16 to go? We're down to the 7 box, 15 to go. McMillan 0.7 out, been maintaining that region. Not able to reel in Giglio at all. Bill Stringfellow 1.7 seconds out of the lead in third spot. The battle right now is for fourth between Matthew Prentice, Joey Doucette. Joey doing a great job in the top 5, trying to reel in Matthew Prentice for fourth. Blake's been the class of the field all night long, led the most laps. If you're watching the Coke 600, Larson comes away with the win. We're coming down to the final 11 laps here. Blake Giglio 7.5 out. And he's pulling away. The only thing that's going to keep Blake Giglio from winning is going to be a caution. Blake comes around to get the final 10 laps to go. John McMillan, 0.8 out in second. Bill Stringfellow, third spot. He's our biggest mover, up 19 positions. Matthew Prentice currently running 4th. Had a great night tonight. Joey Doucette in 5th. Maybe getting his first top 5. Jamie Dunning trying to reel him in. To keep that from happening. Jamie Dunning in 6th right now. 7th spot, Jonathan Cogswell, another Dairy Queen UFA car. In 8th spot, that's Justin White. Great run for him tonight, the number 88. Tyler Humphrey in 9th position in the number 94. Number 48 of Grant Humphrey, he's in 10th spot. That rounds out your top 10, but 11th is Andrew Zarita. He is the final car on the lead lap. McMillan going to have to run down Blake by over a 10th a lap at this point. See Blake really working that bottom line. Blake, actually our only multiple winner of the year. He's won 4 races. Got 11 different winners, 10 guys who've won 1 race, and Blake who's won 4. About to make it 5 with only 6 laps to go. We're coming down to 5 to go. McMillan not able to reel him in at all, but keeping pace. It's all going to come down if we get a caution. It's going to be a wild restart on the green-white checker. But these cars are strung out right now. The closest battle on the racetrack right now between Dunning and Doucette. You see the 13 and the 22, these two battling to get a top 5. Dunning has reeled in Doucette over the last few laps. Can he get him all the way up to his bumper and then around the 22? That's a different story. Out to the outside, Dunning. He's been working the high side really well tonight. A little bit high through that corner. Doucette able to get a run down on the bottom lane. Down to 3 to go. These two battling to get a top 5. McMillan, who's been on pace with Giglio, just can't quite reel him in. Bumper to bumper for the 22 and the 13 down the backstretch. There's only 2 laps left. Dunning not able to make it happen. And Blake comes around to get the white flag. 1 to go. When there's money on the line, Blake Giglio rises to the top. This a crown jewel race for the Southern Excitement Racing League. Blake Giglio been just the best in the field tonight as he comes off turn number 4, the number 16 Blake Giglio. He's able to make it and win this one. McMillan going to finish second. Bill Stringfellow in third. Matthew Prentice fourth. Joey Doucette able to come home in fifth spot. Jamie Dunning in sixth. Justin White, seventh spot. We got some cars spinning around back here. Jonathan Cogswell, eighth. Tyler Humphrey, ninth. Grant Humphrey, 10th position. They'll round out your top 10 as we watch Blake Giglio. We'll see if he gets a... the 22 of Doucette, going to give him a bump. As we watch Blake Giglio do his burnout. His signature deal. That's the Joey Logano style. Slinging it all the way down the front stretch. He does it every time. Blake Giglio real good at these burnouts. He wins another one, a 5-time winner now. In the Southern Excitement Racing League. The kid's only 15 years old. Gets it done again. So let's see if we can get a word from our third place finisher. And that is Bill Stringfellow. Hey, Bill, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you on that restart, you looked good. Got up side by side with Blake. Just he was blocking left and right, just not able to quite get around him. But you started from the pits. You drive all the way up. You're second at one point. I think you led a few laps, actually. But you come home third, man. Great race. How did it look out there?
And that was a long race for one. It was fun, though. It was a bit of a challenge. I was going to start at the back of the field and see what, just ride for a while. Forgot to change my steering ratio to what I wanted for the race and ended up missing the start. So that made it a little bit more difficult. But we got up there, we led some laps, got a pretty good spot in the stage, I think. And yeah, it was just a fun race. Yeah, Blake was blocking real hard. I had to lift a couple times to keep from moving him, but I didn't want to wreck my teammate.
I think you should have sent him, Bill.
Maybe next time.
It would have sure made my job more interesting.
Yeah, I imagine it was a little boring with such long green flag runs tonight. I'm so proud of everybody in the league. They did such a good job. I think we only had 3 cautions the whole night, so that was an incredible race for 200 laps.
Yeah, only 3 cautions. There was a lot of different pit strategy. You chose to stay out long a couple of times. I think we saw Ronnie Osmer choosing to pit every 50 laps. What was your ideas on the pit strategy through this one?
Well, the after the first caution came out, I pitted on like lap 10 and topped off for fuel. And I was going to try to get on the same on that kind of strategy, see if I could make it work, but I was driving pretty hard, so I was going through a lot of fuel and just went back to pitting whenever my teammates pitted. The first one I went a little bit long to help make up some time, and then I short pitted them a little on the second one, which helped make me up a little bit more time. That's how I got up there, was just playing the pit strategy a little bit for myself. It worked out. That was a fun race. We got some laps led. It was good. I'm real happy with where we finished.
Yeah, great job, Billy. Got anybody I'd like to thank on this one?
Thank you to my teammates. That was an awesome race. Jamie came home with a 6th. Was battling for a top 5 there at the end, so that's awesome to see. His luck finally turning around. Good win to Blake. I know he led a lot of laps. Travis wasn't here this week, but I think he was actually watching the real race or something. So thank you for the broadcast, and thank you to SERL as a whole. The drivers did an amazing job this week. The league's come so far from where it was early in the season. I'm very proud of everybody.
All right, thank you, Bill. Great finish. You're our biggest move of the race, up 19 spots, so great job.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that was our third place finisher, Bill Stringfellow. Let's see if we can get a word from John McMillan Jr., who come home second. Hey, John, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you, Dakota.
Hey, man, you know, my job as a broadcaster, I'm not supposed to be rooting for people, but I was really rooting for you hard there at the end to try to get around Blake. I'm tired of seeing that guy win.
I tried. I thought I could save a little at the beginning there, and I think I just let him go too far. I was kind of wheeling him in there at the end, but it wasn't enough to catch back up. Blake's pretty consistent. He's hard to get him out of his rhythm.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different pit strategy tonight. I think there at one point, maybe you and Prentice, I think may have been able to make it to the end when nobody else could. Man, you made it, I think, at one point 67 laps on a tank of fuel. I don't even know how you did that. That's incredible.
That was our plan there in the middle of the run between our teammates. There was to stretch that one out as long as we could, and so that way we'd have 65 laps for the final run, and we knew we could make it on fuel at that point.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that played out because I think you may have been able to steal one. But, man, even when it come down to the end with even tires and just raw speed, you come home second. And you were keeping pace with Blake, so really impressive. You got anybody you'd like to thank on this one?
I'd like to thank all my teammates. We do a great job communicating to each other during the race. I'd like to thank DQ as our sponsor and UFA for sponsoring our ride. I'd also like to thank Andrew Reddle. He makes some pretty great paint jobs. I'd like to thank you too as well, Dakota. You do a good broadcast.
Well, thank you, John. And, you know, of all of our guys, we've had 11 different winners, I believe, this season. You're the one that I know can make it 12. I see you up there, top 5 just about every week. It's coming, buddy, I promise.
I really hope so, and I'm going to keep trying.
All right, good job, man.
Thank you.
All right, that was our second place finisher, John McMillan Jr. And there is our winner. Let's take a word with Blake Giglio. I think we can actually get a look at him here. Let's see. There he is, Blake Giglio. Hey, Blake, it's Dakota in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Hey, Dakota. How's it going?
Doing good, man. You get out there, not sure how many laps you led, but it was a whole bunch. Seen that 16 out front just about every lap, except for in the, you know, all those different pit strategies. What kind of pit strategy did you choose? I saw that, you know, Osmer was doing a lot of short pitting. You stayed out at least 63 laps on that first run. How was your pit strategy? I know there at the end it kind of was all for naught, but you and Bill and McMillan all fast at the end, but how did it look out there for you?
Well, the pit strategy was just to stay out as long as I can. I was like, I ain't gonna mess with anything. I'm just gonna run it dry. I win, lose, I lose. And it ended up working out. We had a yellow, which really saved us, because I think the other guys would have made it. So that really saved my race. And then me and Bill had a good blocking battle. I was blocking Bill a lot. He said, I mean, he could have turned me a few times, so I appreciate Bill not wrecking us both and letting one of us get the win. And I liked busting your balls today. That was pretty fun. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, well, you're still our only multiple winner this season. I think we've got 11 different winners. You have won 4 or 5 different races, I think now, 5, I think. So, man, you're super fast, class of the field. You'll pull out a little bit more on Bill as you go into next week. What do you think about that road course next week? You're going to run?
Yeah, I'm going to run. It's going to be bad. I don't even own the track yet, man. So, I'm going to buy it. We're going to go out there. We're going to have fun, I hope, and not wreck. You know how many laps it is next week?
90, I think. No, not that many. That's the cup race. 50?
All right. How long? Probably, what, 2 minutes a lap?
Less than that, I think.
Oh,
I think like minute 15, minute 19, something like that.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I'll race that, for sure. And, yeah, but it was a lot of fun out there tonight. It was a fun track because you can run top, bottom, middle, wherever you want. It was really hard to pass. I knew if someone was faster than me, running the top would make it impossible to pass, which clean air definitely probably won me this race. So.
Well, great job to you, Blake. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, Speed Demon Setup Shop, Low Drag Esports, Seafood Broadcasting, SCRL as a whole. Just everyone that makes these races possible. You know, you out here 200 laps, a lot of fun with the patriotic paints, and just go have fun. So yeah, shout out to you guys, and that's about it.
Well, great job, Blake. Hopefully you'll be up there again next week. You and all that Full Throttle team do a great job as y'all come home top 6 tonight. So great job, Blake.
Thanks, man.
All right, so that was our winner, Blake Giglio. Man, 200 laps, 300 miles here tonight. And, you know, it's not quite the real thing, but this simulator, it is close. And when you're sitting in a sim rig, in a seat, you're sitting still for that long, man, it's tough. It's an endurance race. It's a great job to Blake Giglio, John McMillan Jr., Bill Stringfellow, all get the top 3. Great job for all those guys. Next week we will be at Sonoma. That is out west. That's a road course. So going to be a pretty cool race. Ran a road course last week. Going to be similar on the format. So next week will be at Sonoma. Thanks everybody for stopping by and watching. Great job to Blake Giglio on your win. And there he is.